A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Marcion Rowe observes from the viewport on his bridge. The Gaze Electric is now sitting in the middle of a nebula just outside of the Lysatra system. He's keeping a close eye on the Phantasmal Squonk. Most ships couldn't merely hyperspace into a nebula. Such a maneuver would be suicide, especially for a ship the size of the Gaze Electric, a colossal ship, a ship that could fit several cities within it. But with the paths, all things are possible. Marcion reads the readouts of the results of the scan on a viewport. He can't believe it. It's a droid ship and nothing more. Sure, it has a great paint job, and its shield systems are definitely military grade. But he can't believe Lorna D and Kossev would fight over something so basic. Droid ships used to be a dime a dozen in the old days, or so his father told him. In fact, Marcion even recalls a story he told him once of a ship just like this that once saved his family. But that's a story for a different time.
How boring,
Marcion says. He turns around to give the order to leave the system, and it is at that moment the droid 3 comes flying in with excitement.
Master Marcion, I sensed him again. I sensed him.
Sense what, 3?
My kind. They're not far from here.
Marcion stares at 3 for a very long time. This is probably another one of the droid's short-circuit memory triggers. Unless...
You mean the others that were stolen from us, 3?
I think so. I thought I told you about them, didn't I?
3 did, in fact, tell Marcion this before, but Marcion tends not to listen to this droid for some reason. 3 doesn't understand why.
Are you telling me that they have stolen property of mine?
Property?
3 wasn't entirely sure on the definition of the word property.
Yes, 3. Are you sensing the other 2 in that ship right now?
Yes, Master. That's what I've been trying to tell you this whole time.
The nerve, Marcion thought. The nerve that anyone would be willing to steal from him. He prefers to do the stealing, not the other way around.
Prepare my ship. We'll leave the Gaze Electric in the nebula for now.
Yes, my master.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to another edition of For Light and Dice. I know we've been splitting up the party, so to speak, which is a big no-no in tabletop role-playing games, kids. You never want to do that. But since this is more of a radio drama, we've been perfectly fine with doing that in this game, but we'll see if that pans out. I have with me the one individual we have yet to hear from in the adventures we've had for the past couple episodes. So Robin, you're here. It's just you and me, by the way. There's nobody else.
Yep.
So you want to introduce yourself just to remind everybody, because it's been a couple episodes?
Yes. Hi, I am Robin. My pronouns are they, them. I play Zero, the droid engineer, whose pronouns are also they, them. And we are both equally unaware of what is going on. I have not listened to any of the episodes that the rest of the cast has recorded yet. So me and Zero are on the same page.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was that by design or does
Well,
you
it initially started as I just had fallen behind and just hadn't kept up with it, and then I was like, well, actually, no, I like that I haven't listened to it because then their choices won't inform mine at all, and we can see how this goes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll kick things off. You're on the Squonk. You're not
Right.
technically by yourself. Orcus, Lysander, and shit. Why did my brain just go?
Coriel.
Coriel, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
They are sleeping. I put that in air quotes. They're in a coma state. The most comfortable place for them is in the cargo hold because there's not a lot of room elsewhere on the ship right now. Gaz and Wynn decided to go help their friend Leox, but Gaz was nice enough to leave you a data pad full of instructions, including a map of the ship where you can find supplies, food, recipe lists, and whatnot. You do notice that the contents of this data pad are mostly for organics. You can just plug in, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I look at this, Well, I'm not entirely sure how I will feed them in their current state. I don't know how often organics need to eat. I haven't really been paying attention to how often they do that. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna put this away for now.
Do you leave 1 and 2 off or on?
Were they off? What was the? I can't remember if they were on or off when we last.
I honestly don't remember either because recording time that was a month ago.
Yeah.
I slept since then. Yeah.
I want to say I feel like they were on because wasn't there something with them and the idol?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think Zero would leave them on and Gonk as well, obviously. Yeah, because they don't know what will happen, and yes, they tend to cause trouble, but any help is useful. So.
Yeah. So when you're kind of saying this out loud, one hovers over and just screams,
You can shove it in their mouth hole. Though I don't know which hole that would be on that one.
And he kind of gestures over to Orcus.
You just like insert the food material into the mouth hole?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna just leave it for now. I don't remember when they last ate, but I'm sure it's fine.
We don't know. We've been turned off for too long.
Says 2.
Yeah, so what? How are you guys doing? You seem to, yeah, we've been turning you off and turning you back on again. I'm sure you're probably a bit disoriented. Is there anything I can help catch you up on?
1 and 2 both say,
Where are we right now?
The Squonk.
Oh!
They look around as if it's the first time they've seen the ship.
Yeah, okay. Has the Squonk been telling you anything recently since we turned you back on? Any information that the Squonk has shared with you that you would like to share with me that might be helpful?
Not that we know. Why?
The Squonk likes to talk to you guys sometimes, and we've run into this, they talk to you, and then you got the whole manifest thing, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
What page?
Yep, okay. And Zero will, I think try to, prop the bodies up so they're, sitting up, and, they don't really know if that's necessary or not, but they figure that's probably a good idea, and just kind of sits them sitting in a row, and then thinks for a moment, and then like moves Orcus a little bit away from Corail and Lysander, as the crew doesn't seem quite happy with Orcus, and Zero isn't entirely sure how they feel about him, and we'll just kind of leave him a little bit aside just in case he wakes up and decides to get crazy.
Can you make a perception roll while you're moving Orcus?
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, so you move him. He's really heavy, but for you, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
You suspect that the others on your crew would have a very difficult time moving him, though.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, unrelated actually, but you are in the Squonk. Are you leaving? Currently, the Squonk is in orbit above Lysatra. Are you going to leave the ship in orbit, or are you going to?
We're there. I guess I'll check. Zero will get all the people situated, and then walk to the cockpit, and then just kind of look out at space, look at the planet, be like, well, I'm not entirely sure what to do. Oh, right, the data pad, and we'll pull up Gaz's data pad and see if she left any notes about location, about any instructions as to what to do with the ship.
Most of Gaz's instructions include instructions on maintaining the well-being of your crew. There isn't really any other information besides that.
Yeah. Does our group text still work at this range?
You've never tried it when you have 2 people so far away.
Yeah. I think I will attempt to send a communication, and maybe not to the group chat, maybe just to Win, and just be like, so do I just leave the ship in orbit, or what?
When you send your message, you notice that it goes into a pending state, which implies that it cannot be delivered. Possibly it is because he is too far away.
Yeah. Well, shit. Let's see, what? I don't want to talk to the Squonk, because I know the Squonk will almost certainly just jump to Zakul, if possible. And I remember the crew settling on Jakku as our next destination. And
Jakku or Jeddah were the
or
two
Jeddah,
leading.
Jeddah, yes,
Yeah.
Jeddah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I remember the crew settling on Jeddah as our next location, and I guess I will go and sit down in the pilot seat and be like, Gonk?
There is quiet on the ship, or there's no noise on the ship.
Oh.
And you realize, Gaz and Win had taken Gonk.
Oh. That's a shame. I always appreciate Gonk's conversation. Oh well. 2?
1 and 2 float in.
Yes.
They both say.
Do you know anything about Jeddah?
Who?
It's a planet.
Never heard of it.
All right.
What shape is it?
Well, I would assume round, but I suppose that I haven't seen every planet, so I don't know if they're all the same shape or not.
Wow.
And Zero will be like, okay, not great things have come from Zero flying 2 times now. I have, both times have resulted in great death and destruction. However, Lysander didn't seem too keen on sticking around, and everyone really seems set on Jeddah, so I guess Zero will see if the coordinates for Jeddah are punched in already, if Wynn had done those calculations, if they're see if there's a location search history or something, and see if the coordinates to Jeddah are pulled up.
Can you make a technology roll?
Yes. That is a dirty 20.
Lysander actually computed the navigational trajectory, and yes, using the path engine, you can get to Jeddah.
Wonderful.
As soon as you complete your search, the Squonk activates, and you can hear its voice saying, "Vessel."
Great. Yes?
I am receiving Authority 1 communication from, I believe they are coming from Republic communication buoys.
Oh. Patch it through? But don't allow visual. Just audio.
Confirmed. It pipes in a message that is basically kind of, you can tell you're kind of dropping in right in the middle, and you hear a woman's voice saying,
"The tragedy of the Legacy-run hyperspace will be fully investigated. All in the Republic, as well as all sentient beings across the galaxy, will be safe. But we must further understand what had occurred to cause the hyperspace disaster. Until then, under the authority vested by the Republic Senate, I, Chancellor of the Republic, am shutting down all hyperspace lanes until it is safe for all to travel. The Senate is undergoing procedures right now to make sure that we can provide safely food, medicine, and supplies to all those in need. I also wish to give special thanks to those who saved the Hexol system. The Jedi Order have saved the people of Hexol, and we are forever in their debt. We will provide further updates soon. Thank you. We are all the Republic."
and the transmission ends.
Squonk, do you know who that was?
Voice scanning would suggest that it is Chancellor Lena Sol of the Republic.
Oh, great. Well,
This communication was sent all throughout the galaxy.
alright. Well, if I've learned anything from Wynn, it's fuck the Republic, and I will go to hyperspace to Jeddah.
Okay. Make a pilot check at disadvantage.
That is a 6.
You attempt to activate the path drive, and you can see that there are sudden spasms in the button lighting. They seem to flicker and strobe a lot, and bolts of electricity start surging through the cockpit a little bit. The Squonk then announces path engine failure.
Criff, okay. I will... Let's see. I will... oh no, actually I can't. I have not rested yet. I have no tech points to tech cast anything. Crap. Squonk, what's wrong with it?
Running diagnostic will take a moment.
Okay. Well, Oh wait, my mending doesn't require. That doesn't require a tech point. I don't think that is an at will. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna tech cast mending. This ability repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain link, 2 halves of broken key, yada yada yada. No larger than 1 foot in any dimension. You mend it, leaving no trace of the former damage.
So you'll have to leave the cockpit and go to the hyperdrive to do that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Just for listeners' sake.
Yeah. And it says if you target a droid or construction with this feature, it can spend and roll 1 of its hit dice and regain that many hit points.
Oh, okay. 1 second.
Interesting.
Say the path engine took 3 points of damage, and then you can heal it for 6. Okay.
Cool. So I'll go back there, and kind of like push some buttons on my little wrist pad, and then just kind of touch it, and then some like electric shock kind of comes out of Zero's hand, and I think maybe their hands kind of like contort in weird ways and kind of like move things back together, and weird sort of gadgety movements.
Awesome. Yeah. So you it takes about a minute to fix the hyperdrive, and in that time, one and two are kind of like looking over your shoulder, watching what you're doing, and suddenly they both kind of freeze still, and one says,
I sense another.
What do you mean you sense?
Number 2 says,
I sense another too.
That's what the Force people say. What are you talking about?
They both say at the same time.
The what?
You know, the Jedi, the people who use the space magic.
This isn't magic.
All right, well, what are you sensing?
Another.
Another what?
We sense 3.
3 what? 3
one
ships,
says
3 droids, what?
1 says,
I am 1.
and 2 says,
I'm 2.
and then they both say at the same time,
We sense 3.
There's more of you?
1 says,
There's always more of us.
Crick, okay. Where is 3?
Far. Outside of the almost outside of the system.
Then how are you able to sense them?
He's getting closer.
Who, 3?
Yes.
Okay. Can I, like... Can I just, like, take a look at you guys? Just, like, open up the back, as it were, and have a look around?
1 and 2 kind of, like, float slowly backwards, and 2 says,
That sounds very, aggressive.
I'll be gentle, I promise.
I'm not comfortable with that. 1.
and 1 says,
I'm not comfortable with that either.
Well, I won't do something you're not comfortable with. I want to know, because that seems like quite the scanning range, and I'm curious what sort of technology you guys have got rolling around in there.
They kind of look at each other, and then they both do barrel rolls.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I wonder, and I will go to the ship's computer and see if perhaps 1N like saved over like schematics from Whisper's ship from the 1N to what is now the 1N 2000 about 1 and 2, and see if there's any information about them in the computer.
Make a technology roll.
It's a 12.
The only notation you can find is a reference that the probe droids were probably stolen from somebody else, but they don't include any details or schematics. It takes you a little bit of time to kind of sift through the computer a little bit. At that point, the Squonk sounds an alarm and just says, detecting multiple ships coming out of hyperspace.
What kind of ships?
Scanning.
And Zero will walk quickly to the cockpit to look out the window.
Shelby Broomhilda, a very proud warrior female Paloic, the only Paloic actually to have command over a Hutt ship, is ready and prepared to take her revenge. Only a few months ago, her and her fiancé Chuck made extensive plans on their honeymoon. They planned to take a beach trip to Scarif, but unfortunately, the crew of the Phantasmal Squonk arrived in Nal Hutta, and now her fiancé Chuck is no more. Shelby kept a picture of Chuck right next to her on the captain's chair of her vessel, which is now badly damaged. A few hours ago, she was ordered to leave Lysatra with the rest of the Hutt fleet. She didn't want to go, but she wasn't going to disobey the Hutts. However, a few hours into their journey, they were struck by some kind of a strange EMP blast. Shelby watched as many of her friends and companions in the other ships were destroyed. Her ship was no worse for wear. Hull was collapsing, the shield generators weren't working, but her weapon systems and hyperdrive worked just fine. She decided to turn the ship around. She will have her revenge. Her crewmates bark at her in Huttese, informing her that the ship is about to drop out of hyperspace. Shelby looks over at the picture of Chuck beside her chair.
This one's for you, my Pookie Bear.
She turns to her crew and barks commands. Prepare the fighters and destroy the Phantasmal Squonk. Coming out of hyperspace, you can see that one of the Hutt capital ships have returned. Though it looks you can tell that it's badly damaged. There's actually like black smoke coming off the side of it, and sparks are flying here and there. And there's some smaller fighter ships that are flying around it. It looks to have been pretty badly damaged by whatever happened to them.
Oh. They seem to not be having a good time. Squonk, open communication down to the planet.
Very well. Who shall I call?
Who's the administrator guy?
There was High Ranger Oscar.
Yeah, High Ranger Oscar.
You can hear the dialing sound, and a connection is made, and you can hear Oscar's voice going,
Squonk? You're still up there?
Yes, hello, this is, Zero, the droid. I am still in the ship. Some of my crew departed. I am just, sending down a message to let you know I am looking out the window, and a large Hutt capital ship just emerged from hyperspace. It does appear to be damaged in some way. I'm not entirely sure what happened to it, but it appears one of the ships came back.
We'll have to lock down the planet. Thank you for letting us know.
You're welcome. Please make sure that specifically Lysander's family is safe.
Oh, don't worry about it. We're all safe around here.
Thank you.
I'm sure you and your crewmates are capable.
Well, those of us who... Yeah, I'm sure we're capable. Thank you, and may the Force go with you?
I think that's how you say it. Thank you very much, droid.
Thank you, and I'll hang up.
At that point, the Squonk says, "We are being contacted."
Great. By who now?
It would seem it's coming from the hut ship.
Again, just patch them through, but don't let them see visual of us. Just audio.
A connection is made, and you can hear the sound of a light, kind of androgynous voice say,
Surrender, and we won't destroy you. You will pay for what you've done to us.
Hello?
Hello? Did you hear what we just said?
I'm sorry, I think someone's trying to contact me. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm not... I think this is a bad signal. I'm sorry, I think, I'll move my ship, closer and see if I can hear you better.
Can you make a deception roll?
Yeah. God damn it. Rolling like shit. That is an 8.
You can hear someone in Huddy saying, which I assume you can speak.
Don't assume that.
Then you don't know what they said, but they yelled something in Huddy's, and the person that you were talking to says,
Destroy them!
And the Squonk cuts off the communication and just says, recommend we go into battle mode.
Negative. We're gonna jump. Hopefully it will work this time.
It will. If the jump does not work, we will be in a dire situation.
We're in a dire situation right now. And Zero will try to activate the path engine.
Okay, go ahead. The pilot check.
It's a 12.
12. Yeah. So you start to you start to launch the path engine, and it begins to activate. But you notice it's not immediate, and it looks like it's warming up.
Okay. And Zero will grab the steering controls and just try to move as far away from them. Just move away as fast as possible while the path engine is warming up.
Okay, make another pilot check.
Yeah. That's a natural 1.
Yeah, so you actually can you make a percentile roll now?
Sure. I'd love to. 77.
The ship just goes completely haywire. It spins out of control, and you're caught into the gravity of Lysatra and begins descending downward, plummeting very quickly. At the same time, the Squonk goes ahead and activates the shield systems, and we're going to have to roll initiative.
God damn it. This is why I don't fly.
Martian Rowe was in his fighter when the Hutts came out of hyperspace.
How interesting.
Martian noticed the amount of damage that the ship has sustained, and their small spider craft are unimpressive at best.
Looks like this won't be boring after all.
Martian communicates with the bridge crew on the Gaze Electric, mostly consisting of droids.
Move the Gaze Electric out of the nebula into firing position behind that ship. Destroy the Hutt capital ship. I'll take care of the rest.
Roger, roger.
And for the first time in a very long time, Martian Rowe smiles. He smiles so wide that you can easily see every razor-sharp tooth in his predator mouth. Thanks everybody for listening to yet another edition of For Light and Dice. Will Zero survive this encounter with the Hutts and Martian Row? You'll have to wait to find out next week. Once again, thank you all so much for listening to the show. We love making it, and we've had a lot of great sessions recently. There's a lot more story to come. I can't wait for y'all to hear what happens next. Quick note, all the music you've heard on this show was composed by someone named Grushkov. Please check them out. They just came out with an Eye of Darkness album, which is music inspired by the High Republic book, Eye of Darkness. It is so good, y'all. Like, I'm always blown away when I hear it, and I listen to it daily. So please check it out. You can purchase their music all over the internets, and also it's on Spotify, YouTube, etc. Definitely please check them out. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our podcast. Please leave a review. Please tell your friends about us. Also, if you go to our X Twitter account, whatever it's called, @ForLightandDice, there is a link on there that you can click on. It'll show links to where you can find our podcast, as well as our Discord, which is free for anybody to join if you want to hang out with the cast and other fans of the show. It's a really great community to join, and I definitely recommend it. Anyway, y'all, thank you for listening, and may the Force be with you.